It's Jess and Jess Talks, and this is episode 74. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Hello, KERV Live Radio Broadcasting. Remember, we're on 99.9 in Houston. I pray that everybody has just been killing it, doing all the things you need to for yourself, for your family, for your friends, like just for work, all the things you need to do. I hope you've been doing it. So, y'all, this season is season 8, and we have been talking about our journey, like our life, how we started, what have we started, what do we continue doing, all of the things. We have focused in on some careers, decisions. We have talked about marriages, how those things can go. It's not perfect, but we all have things that we can improve on. And I actually did a questionnaire on Instagram the other day, and we were discussing one of the old shows where we were talking about the journey and going to school and how you get these degrees and get these certifications, and then boom, you done, and now you think you're gonna have this grand job, you're gonna get to do all of these things that you've been wanting to do, but at the end of the day you end up not getting hired for whatever reason. You end up not being able to find a job, or you get a job and it has nothing to do with the things that you have signed up for the things you got your degree for. And so I was just asking some of my listeners and clients, like, what do you think about that? Like, what do you do when you've done all of these things to get yourself in a better position? You take the test they tell you to take, you go get the degree they asked you to get, and you still end up not having the things that you worked hard for and strive for. And it's like, I know people that have not went to college, that haven't went and done all these things at these certification places, and they're making the most money, or their business is doing so well, and you're like, man, but I done did this, I done did that, and those things have not happened for me. And so what do you do? Do you get discouraged? Do you feel like, man, what's the point of me doing this, or what should I do next, or have I been wasting all of my time and all my energy? And what I'm learning is, after I did the toll and people told me their thoughts, one person told me they feel like they did go and get the certifications, they did go get the degree, but they were not getting hired to do the things, right? And she said she doesn't regret it because those are things that can never be taken from her. And I love that perspective. She said even though she may have not gotten hired, or even though she may not have been using the certification that she put the time in for, that she took this test for, at the end of the day, this is something she can still have to push forward in the future to do. Or she may decide whatever she's doing right now, that's fine for her and that's what she wants to, but at least she has options. And I feel like that's something that we all should tap into, ensuring that we are not in last place, boxed into one thing. I've started different careers year after year. I've been in one career for years on end and then switch to something else. So you're not supposed to feel like you can't grow and do things that you've never done before, because that's a part of life. You're supposed to gain more knowledge. You're supposed to get more things to grow yourself, to grow your mind, and to share with other people. Because everything we learn, we should be able to teach somebody else. Paying it forward. That's something that I work hard to do. I make sure that whatever I'm learning, I'm able to share it with somebody else. Because what's the point of you learning it if you can't teach somebody else how to do it? And what they say, some people they can't do, so they'll teach it, or vice versa. They can't teach it, they can only do it. So some people can do both, and some people can only do one or the other. And I thank God I have been able to master doing things as well as showing other people how to do it. And it's not always easy because everybody learns things differently. Some people learn it by you saying it to them. Some people learn it by you showing them what they say in school. You do, we do, you do. If you're not able to lock in and focus in on something somebody is saying and gather that information and do the things, you may be somebody that needs somebody to sit with you step by step. Hey, when we do this, then we got to do that. After we do this, then we must do this. So everybody learns differently, and there's nothing wrong with it. I always tell people, I'm not perfect. It's so many things that I can improve on. But one thing that I do know is everybody can learn something from anybody. I've learned so many things from people younger than me, and I've learned so many things from my own kids that I done raised every single day. And, and said different things to and show them different experiences. And they'll say something to me, and I'm like, what did they even learn it from? Especially my son. My son is so inquisitive, so open minded, such an amazing imagination. Like, I literally never know what this young man gonna say, what he gonna do, what he gonna tell me he wanna do next, what he gonna ask me to do. And I'm just always like, God, please give me the strength and help me be able to show this young man what to do next. Because I try not to say my little baby, because he's 10 now. So eventually he gonna be 15, 18, 20, 21, and it's my job to let him know that he is a young man, even though he's still my baby. But he is growing up to be a young black man, and I thank God for both my children. My beautiful daughter is thriving, y'all, and they most definitely are the biggest, the largest part of my journey, them kids. And I'm just grateful for that. But when I did the questionnaire about what we gonna do about these career changes, what we're gonna do about these certifications that we're getting and we're not using them, I just love that conversation because I don't think there's things that people talk about enough. And one person's viewpoint was they feel like when people go and get a degree, it should mainly be like if you're going to do something such as being a lawyer, being a doctor, or something of that nature, where the degree is most definitely required, and it's a guarantee that once you get this degree or this certification that you're going to be going right into that job. And you can't always be guaranteed that, depending on your degree, depending on the career choice that you have made. And some people, they really don't know what they want to do, or they're trying to figure it out. And so at times they feel like going to school will give them some kind of bridge to walk over, or see something that they may enjoy or like because they have went to school and they see other people doing these things. So it's not that you can't learn if you don't go to school, because of course life is school. Life is showing you all these different things. You meeting so many people when you go to school, when you go to high school, middle school, elementary school. You're learning so many different things from so many different people. And so how do you hang on that? How do you do all of these things, learn all these things, and then grow from them into a career, into a profession, and into an entrepreneur? Like, whatever it is you want to do, how do you use what you have to reach those goals? And that's what we're all trying to figure out on this journey, because we're all on our own journeys. It's something that I want to do that the next person may not want to, but that don't mean that we can't learn from one another, we can't help one another. Because I've collaborated with people that are not in my same profession all the time. When I was a police officer, I collaborated with teachers and principals. Neither one of them are doing what I'm doing as a police officer, but they still have knowledge that they can share with me and things that I can learn. And so that's what helped me filter in and funnel into different career choices. I ended up being a teacher just from learning from them, seeing the things that I needed to do, that I could do, and it let me see that I enjoy training, not necessarily teaching. Teaching is a different special tool and skill to have, and it's a difference between teaching somebody something and training somebody to do something. And I learned that from doing both ways. I was a trainer and I was a teacher, so I get it. It's not as simple as anybody can do it. Anybody can show somebody something, but everybody is not in a place where they could teach or to instruct. Those are things you really have to want to do, and really have to be patient with yourself and the students, regardless if they're grown kids, young adults. Like, it don't matter. You have to have patience to help other people, because everybody is different. Like I always say. When we say, "Oh, thank you, Miss Lady." Ta. My girl says she is a student of YouTube University, and she has been struggling, but she's still learning. I know this, right? We all learn in a different way, friend. So we just gonna have to stay at it however we can. And I just want to tell y'all right now, thank y'all, thank y'all. I always say it and I'm gonna keep saying it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for helping me improve on the things that I can discuss with y'all. Because that's why I share things out. That's why I tag different people and different things because I want your perspective. Your feedback is important. TikTok, whenever y'all send me stuff and ask me different things, I appreciate it. YouTube, KRB, like Snapchat, even people reach out to me on Snapchat. So it's just so many different things, y'all, that I have been learning to improve the things that I'm doing, not just on the show, but with my products. People tell me how much they like my the the impressive soap. And my cousin, I was trying not to say it, but my cousin tell y'all all the time, go get this soap, and that's for real. That black soap really helps clean the skin. It helps it like clean out all that debris, especially guys that are out there working hard. If you're working and sweating a lot, that's really good to have because it's a natural soap and it cleans deeply. It's really, really good for that. And so, of course, I'm always tapping Impressive Results by Jess. Impressive. They told me I'd be saying it too fast. Impressive, IMPRESSIVE, results, RESULT, by BY, Jess, JESS.com. That is a website you can get all the impressive products. So, but as I was saying, it's just so many things that I have learned, and it has helped me become a better mom, better sister, better aunt, so especially a better daughter because me having my own daughter assisted me in improving being a daughter because I know what my parents had to go through somewhat. Even though I feel like I was pretty good, so I don't know why they would have a lot of complaints about me. But, I was told I may have had a little smart mouth, but we ain't gonna speak on that. I feel like I was just responding to the people, but whatever. What do I know? But y'all tap in. What is some things on your journey that you feel like you have to push through on? Because we try not to say we struggling because we not necessarily struggling all the time. It's just what's happening. It's just our time to work through something, to learn a lesson. I feel like I have been learning the hardest lessons lately. And some lessons I feel like I have had to learn again and again and again. And so somebody told me, didn't that mean I ain't learning the lesson yet? So y'all keep me in y'all prayers because it's still a work in progress. I do my best to do my best, of course, and I feel like I'm paying attention to what's going on so I can make the improvements. But clearly, I still got a lot of work to do. So, what did I want to? Oh yeah. So my cousin was asking me about relationships because we talked about that somewhat 2 episodes ago. And I feel like, Cece, I think you tapped in on that too when we were discussing the relationships with our spouses as well as our children. And I feel like we ended on a note of talking about our daughters, which I know that can be something that, especially for women. Most men, I don't hear a lot of complaints about them and their daughters. It's usually the mothers. But here and there, I got some fathers that tell me, hey man, this little girl doing the very most. But we're going to keep the kids in our prayers because they going through their own journeys as well. So we going to keep the children in our prayers for sure. Keep the children in our prayers. Keep the parents in your prayers. A lot of y'all are preparing for the summertime. A lot of people, a lot of my friends and family are educators, counselors, principals. Y'all almost there. I ain't getting there. Y'all at the final stretch. Some of y'all got 1 week left, some of y'all got 2 weeks left. But either way, get through that thing, push through it, get the kids to the summertime. And as far as the relationships with your kids, I feel like if you don't do nothing else, you need to pay attention to what your kids like, what they dislike, because they are watching you. They're watching everything that you like, everything you dislike, why you don't like it. And they try to use you against you all the time. I know mine do. I know I can't be the only one. my kids stay telling me different things that I've told them before. And some stuff, y'all, I don't even be remembering telling them. I think I'll just be saying what come to my mind at that time. And that be most definitely showing me and telling me what I said. But, y'all, they stay ganging up on me. But as far as relationships with your spouses, etc., I'm no longer married at the moment. One day I'll be married again, not today, but one day I will be. But when that times come, I would like to think that what I learned from my first marriage was communication. You feel like you're talking to people because you're talking, but are you paying attention to their body language? Are you paying attention to how they responded to the thing that you said? Because that plays a lot into things. At times, somebody words can say something that their body language is telling you they do not agree. They don't like what you said. They wish you wouldn't even talk about that. But those are the conversations you need to have the most. The things that are making you uncomfortable, the things that make you unsettled, the things that make you feel like, oh, I don't even want to talk about that. Why they want to talk about this? Those are usually the conversations that need to be had. And I feel like the more that we have the hard conversations, we can go into having more peace in our household. Because when you have peace where you lay your head, you can have peace anywhere. Because that is where the peace should be at. When you go home, you should not be stressed about nothing outside of the house. The stuff that's going on in the house, it shouldn't be stressful. It should be, working together. The things that happen that we don't like, we should be able to talk about that stuff and get it out the way. I feel like a lot of situations that I had problems with in my marriage at that time was mostly just unresolved things that didn't have nothing to do with each other. I feel like it's things that I had to work through and move from that I didn't realize at the time, and so I would lash out at something because what we get triggered that we get triggered by something by a person that we're with. They don't even know that this is a trigger for us, or we told them that we don't like something, but they don't understand the severeness of I don't like when this happens, or if this happens, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this. And so, versus us going down that line, well, it's all, well, I just don't like that, and that's very broad. And even though if somebody tell you they don't like something, you should respect them enough and not do it. You still most likely gonna end up doing something that they don't like or they don't care for, or that may make them uncomfortable because of your ignorance or lack of knowledge of why these things hurt their feelings, or why these things upset them, or why this make them feel unappreciated, or why this make them feel like you don't care nothing about what they're going through, or you're just worried about what your day went, the pick me. My day is important, your day is not. And so those things most definitely can be triggering in your relationship. And sometimes it's not even from a past relationship, it's from childhood. It's from feeling like you're not seen by your parents, feel like you're not seen by your siblings. Like all of those things play a part. And I feel like it's our job to know these things about ourselves. And that's why they say it's important to be equally yoked in a marriage. Like even in regular friendships, if my friends are not doing anything that will grow them, or they're not doing anything that can help me grow, or I'm not doing something that can help them grow, then what are we doing? You can be unequally yoked in your friendships. And I feel like a lot of times we don't realize that. Like they say, everybody can't go with you. That's a serious thing. And it don't mean because they not doing what you doing that they can't go with you. It means if they not where they need to be spiritual, like y'all not aligned in the ways of growth. If our conversation is just talking about going out to eat or what we did last night that don't have nothing to do with us improving our life, improving our kids' life, improving our legacy, then that's probably like a borderline situation. Like it's not going to be something that's going to help you longevity, and that's what we need to do, especially at a certain age. And people say you shouldn't say that because you should always be trying to be productive at all of the ages, and that's the truth. But after a certain age, I just feel like it's things that you should not be still doing. Some stuff, it's a part of life, it's a part of some people's makeup. They just have to do the self improvements. But some stuff is kind of like, come on, y'all. You know you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't stay out till midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. Those things are not good. It's not good on your body. It don't matter what age you at. That's really not good for you. Now, granted, we done all done these things, of course, throughout life, different times for different reasons. And some of us do it because we working, or we working on a project, or we spending time with family, and that's understandable. But when you just blatantly, night after night, out there in them streets, drinking, smoking, like doing the very most, and it's keeping you from waking up at the time you need to, y'all. It's like, all right, after so long, that should get old to you. That shouldn't be something that you want to do. And you're going to feel it. Eventually, you're going to feel it on your body. So it's just knowing that I have to make the improvements for myself because I want to do better for me. And if you don't want to do better for yourself, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want to do better for nobody else. And that's why when I tell people, like, the journey is serious. It's not something that I take lightly. I don't feel like anybody should. Everything that we doing should have purpose. I tell y'all to live on purpose, with purpose, on purpose. And I mean it. It's so many areas in life that I know that I could have be further along on had I realized the purpose of me doing it. Instead of me getting mad or upset because something didn't go my way, I should have just took the lesson from that and moved on quicker than what I did. Because I always move on. But I should have moved on a little bit more quicker. Then it would have helped me in my next moves and the next things I had to do surrounding that career or surrounding those relationships, because some stuff we feel like we don't like because it didn't go well at the other job or with the other person or with ourselves. But every year you're somebody different in one way or the other. Some people mature more emotionally, some people mature more in their attitudes. Some people just end up maturing like all around. They just, once they figure they don't like this happening, they just move on and they do all the things a better way so they won't have to go through the things they already went through. That's just like somebody said, fixing your credit is easy. For some people, that's not an easy process or has not been an easy process. So you have to be mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying stuff to people, because they may not even think of it that way. They might feel like that's the hardest thing in the world. Or going to school. Some people like, oh girl, you taking a wet class and you got a wedding up? Oh no, you should be passing it. That's something that can deter them from not wanting to finish school because you done said that to them. And so the journey is beautiful. It's not always easy. You don't always get things done the way you feel like you should. You don't always get the things you think that you should. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, what I'm learning is you get what you need always. It's up to you to use what you have to gain what you need at all times. We all have the gifts to get to work, to make our dreams come true. Even if you can't do exactly what you want to at the time, learn how to do some of the things to prepare you for when that time comes, you ready. And there's nothing nobody can do to stop you. There's nothing nobody can do to keep you from doing those things. Just like I said earlier, my girlfriend said even though she may not be able to work in the places that she got the certifications in, it doesn't mean that it was a mistake. It doesn't mean that she failed. All it means is at that time she's not doing this right now, or she's not doing it for that moment. But eventually, if she wants to do it, she can do it because she already got the certification. She already passed the test. She already got the knowledge base. And nobody can take what you worked hard to do in those windows. If it's degrees, if it's licenses, if it's certifications, like nobody can take that from you. It is yours unless you don't do what you need to keep those things updated. You don't do what you need to go talk to people to get more resources. Like all of this matters, and you just have to stay focused and locked in on the things that you need to do for yourself, and in turn, you'll be able to help other people. It's been so many times where I've learned something and I feel like, when am I going to use this? I'm not going to never use this again. I'm not going to never talk to these people. So why am I here right now using these things? That's just like, I feel like in certain classes, I'm just going to throw a class out there. Geometry. I'm like, when am I going to use this? I'm not gonna do anything with this. Y'all got me looking at these squares, look at these hexagons. Like, why do I need to know what's in here? Why do I care about the perimeter? Like, all of these things. But eventually, you have to be able to share something with somebody else, especially once you have kids. Once you have kids, they're gonna take some of the same stuff that you already took. So you're able to share the knowledge. You share the knowledge with somebody else. You're paying it forward. And what better way to pay it forward than to help your kids, help your nieces and nephews, help your god babies, helping other people's kids, or helping one of your friends. I had a friend, he literally had to work through my college after class me because I just wouldn't take the class. I would enroll in it and get out. As soon as I would see that they started asking too many things of me, I would get out of that class. And I really could have been graduated. To me, it took me way too long to get my bachelor's. I was playing. I wasn't playing. I was working, but I was most definitely dropping the class all the time. I was dropping every time I get enough. But that was just one part of my journey. But what I learned is, had I just stuck with it, it takes way more time to get back into something versus to just push through what's already happening. That's why they say people that really want their marriage, they gonna stay married. They not gonna leave regardless of what is happening. Now, some situations I most definitely get it why people have gotten a divorce. I feel like when I got my divorce at the time, it was a lot of reasons why I feel like it was the best thing to do. Now, was it the best thing to do? I'm not really sure, honestly, but I did what I felt like was best at the time with the information that I had, with way things were going for me or for the other person or what have you. But what I learned is I can't judge nobody. I try not to even judge myself too hard because I'm imperfect. All of us will walk around here hoping that things will go well for us or putting things in place to help us get other things done. But none of us have all of the answers. Like, none of us. If we did, we would all be in heaven chilling with no worries. But because it's more for us to learn, we are here. We are here guiding one another through different things, learning what we need to improve ourselves and to help others in different areas. So I am very excited about this season. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again because this journey has not been the easiest, but I feel like all the things that I have learned, it has been worth it. I have built so many relationships in some of my darkest moments. Like, it's times where I'm like, why am I doing any of this? And why y'all talking to me? Like, for real. And that has happened even in the course of me working through and building my business, building my brand. Like, so many people have told me, how do you keep doing this and doing that even though you feel like things are not going the way you would like it? I say, well, if that was the case, nobody would do nothing because you have to go through things. That's the only way you know how to fix it. And you gotta hear no. That's one thing that I learned in business. If people ain't gonna tell you nothing else, they gonna tell you no. And it bothers me not at all for somebody to say no to me. Now, have I learned that sometimes a no is really a yes? Yeah, I've learned that. And at first, somebody told me that, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because everybody that look like they doing business is not really doing good business, or they not doing something that you need to do. And that's the thing. We be feeling like the glitz and glamours, oh, they've done this, they've done that, that they are in a better place than we are in business, or they're in a better place than we are in our life. How many times people have seen a friend get married, or they see somebody that's been married 10, 15 years, not knowing what they had to go through to keep that marriage together, or not knowing what they had to go through or what they had to do to get those things done in their business. But we all have a journey. We all have things that are working in our favor. And so we just have to wait for our moments, And the times that I feel like I've done my best is when I just didn't think of nothing. Like, I was just in my own world enjoying what I was doing, enjoying the podcast, enjoying selling the products, enjoying providing services to my clients, because we all have something that we're good at. We all have something that we're called to do. And the moment that you live in that thing fully, like really just put your energy into the things that you have grown, into the things that you have pushed, into the people that you have pushed. Because a lot of times I feel like I've done so much better by helping another person, seeing their growth in school, seeing their growth in their business, seeing their growth in anything that they have been working on. Because I'm like, wow, look at them. They really did that. They hung in there. They got the things done. And now look at them. Matter of fact, watching my friend graduate the last week. Shout out to Charles in Charge. She labored every time I said it. But watching her go through her process, get her associates, get her bachelor's, and to know at first she was like, girl, I don't even like school for real. And now she's about to go into her master's. And so I look at that as a real big achievement, because these are things that she didn't even want to do at first. And I ain't gonna say that she just didn't want to do it, but at the time she didn't feel like she could do it for whatever reason, because that's her business. But watching her go through that and grow through that, watching my baby, my firstborn, like I told y'all, my aunt's son, shout out to BG, watching him go from elementary school, intermediate, middle school, high school, graduate from college now, and going to his master's, like, that is exciting to me. And these are things that I didn't physically do, but I can enjoy seeing somebody else celebration, and that being good, a celebration to celebrate them. And shout out to all of my people for prom that's graduated from high school. We love the kids, just love the kids. Auntie Jess always want to see the kids do better. And I feel like that portion of my journey has been very rewarding, even though I never saw myself working in education like I told y'all. But the fact that I did on the law enforcement end and education end has been a journey itself, because you get to learn yourself. Kids will show you who you are. If don't nobody else show you who you are, kids will do that. And to be able to say that I have mentored young ladies through their high school years to their college years, and now they're young adults. Some of them that had kids of their own, and for them to care enough to reach back out to me and tell me the things that they have going on, a lot of times that makes my day. That can make me have an entirely better mood, because they done showed me all their hard work and what they've done. And it's like, man, it's like a reminder that regardless of what you're doing and what you have going on, you can reach any goal as long as you keep going. And people always say, man, you got to push through. And that's the truth. You really have to push through and keep the things going. Make the things that's important, keep them important. And I love seeing people do better. That's like one of my favorite things. I love to see people improving. Shoot, I like to improve. I like to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I see some growing from it. I don't like to be stagnant. Being stagnant is probably the worst things, I feel like. And what I'm learning is that's when it's the hardest to improve, because it's like, okay, I've done this, I've done that. Now what? Or why am I doing these things now? Why didn't it happen then? Or why I haven't got married yet. Like, I know a lot of people tell me, man, I don't know, like, you done been married, you done this, you done that, and I haven't done that. I say, well, it's just not your time yet. I feel like it's a time and a place for everything. Everything. And so when we work through that, it's all gonna work out in our favor. I know it. Everything that we are learning is for a reason. Even if it's not for you directly, it's a reason why you're learning these things. And when it's time to apply it, you will. And it'll be worth it. At the end of the day, we all have things that we need to do. And once we do it, we good. We are good. Yeah, shout out to all the people that have graduated from college. I feel like most of them are just about done, but whoever else is coming up next for their graduations, congratulations from Jess. Congratulations. I hope that you get the things done that you need to, the way you need to, and y'all got this. Okay, and once again, for those of you that are just tapping in, we are on season 74, and this is no season 8. This is episode 74. Sorry, this is season 8, and it's episode 74, and we are discussing our journeys, our life journeys, and what we have going on and what we have been doing. I want y'all to remember that everybody around you is doing things the way they need to. Do things the way y'all need to and keep it moving. Because one day everybody gonna have to answer for the things they have done, and it's all good. And I just want to make sure that I am always improving and building on to the things that I have learned and be able to help somebody in the process from the things that I'm able to do. So that is one of my things that really helps me make the improvements I need to in all of the areas: school, work, business, my children, making sure that I am applying what I have learned and keeping it moving. Okay. So once again, I just want to tell y'all thank you for all the support and all the things that I have been doing is to grow others. Like I said, the base of my podcast is mental health. I care about helping people understand more what they have going on, why this is going on, how they can improve, because we can all make improvements. And I feel like that's important for us to know that nobody on this earth has it all together. If somebody look like they just having this extravagant life and you wish you could do it, you can do it. Literally. All you have to do is stay focused and lock in. A lot of times we want things to happen, but we're not willing to do the work to get there. And I feel like that's what separates people that's doing the things and people that want to do the things. It's so many times where people done told me, man, I want to start my business. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then when I start asking them about the questions of things that they would like to do and when they going to get started or how are they going to get started, then they don't have no answers. They don't know what to tell me. They don't know where to start. And that's okay. The start is just knowing you want to do something. And it's like, after you know what you want to do, you just look up the resources. You look up the people that are already doing it because there's nothing new under the sun. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, like they say. Once you see that you want to do nails, it's so many things on YouTube, TikTok, like any social media space you could think of. It's somebody on there doing nails. It's somebody on there talking about nails. It's like these things are happening all the time. So you're not at all alone on your journey in no areas. And that's why I feel like it's important to network. I love networking. That's why one of the things I do with my business is the Jess marketing and networking. And I have one of those coming up soon. And I also have I have a beauty and brunch coming up July 18th. Y'all can look on Eventbrite. It's called Beauty and Brunch. And so that is going to be a event for anybody to come to and understand different tips about beauty. If you want to collaborate with some other beauticians, makeup artists, like everybody that you can think of has done something like that, that will be there. And so that can help you, or they can help somebody that you know with those things. And also just networking, meeting other people. Just because they're not doing what you're doing in your career or your business, that doesn't mean that they can't help you get to another person that you need in your area of business. because people not walking around just only talking to beauticians and when they do hair, or people not walking around only talking to barbers when they cutting hair. People not walking around only talking to lawyers when they're lawyers. Everybody collaborates with everybody for different things, and so I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to stay focused and always improve yourself. Self improvement is important. Self reflection is important. I tell people one thing that helps me a lot is my working out, doing my devotionals in the morning, and my journaling. Those things are self reflecting. So I'm saying where I'm growing at, I'm saying where I still need to grow, and I'm understanding that even though I may not see the growth, it's somebody around me looking and seeing, am I sticking with what I said I was going to do? And I feel like that keeps me going. Some people feel like that'll be something that make you not want to do something because the eyes is on you, you under the microscope. We always under the microscope. It don't matter. One thing they told us at the police academy is always feel like you're being observed. I always feel like somebody's recording you because they are. At the end of the day, anytime somebody's looking at you, asking you a question, anytime somebody looking at your profile on social media, anytime somebody is talking to somebody else about you, how quickly do somebody go and look at your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your TikTok? Like they look on any social media space as soon as your name is brought up, even if you're not even a person of interest. But just the fact that somebody brought your name up, somebody would sit there and ask you, like all of these things. So, hey, let's yap about it. How you doing, Rob G? How you doing, sir? Look, and he talking about he here. I told you to go what you call it? Cause on YouTube I have to send it to you before I start it. I have to send you the invite before we start. Let me see. Yeah, cause I've never sent it once I already started it. Yeah. Rob G, go to TikTok if you're trying to go to TikTok, cause I don't know how to add you on YouTube once we already started, and I can't even for whatever reason I can't even find you on TikTok. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is it. Yeah, but it's always something. Mm, I don't know what I did. Okay. Well, TikTok, I appreciate y'all as always. Why is it doing it? Okay, Rob, I sent it to you on TikTok because I don't know how to do it on YouTube once we start. Like I said, the only way I ever see we can do it on YouTube is to send it to you before we get started. Okay, my people on TikTok love y'all. Okay. And so, once again, y'all, this is episode 74, season 8. And we're talking about the journey, our journey, the life's journey, the things that we are learning about ourselves, the things that we can improve, how we can improve, all of the things. And remember, y'all, if y'all want to discuss something from y'all journey, let us know. And we will add it in for our next segment. And we will talk about the things that you want to talk about. Because I try to be equal opportunity. I don't ever shut it down like that. If you want to discuss it, I'll figure out a way for us to discuss and talk about those things. Let me see. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to see y'all on next Saturday. Well, actually, I'll see y'all tomorrow because y'all know I'll be doing a motivation for Sunday. Tell y'all have a happy Sunday and all the things and get y'all amped up to go into the next week. But as of now, it's over for now. I'm going to talk to y'all on tomorrow. I love y'all. It's Jess. And remember, love on those that love on you. Whoever don't, keep them in your prayers because there's nothing you can do about it. It's Jess and Jess Talks. And this is episode 74. And this was season 8. So remember, y'all, when you look good, you feel good. It's Jess and Jess Talks. Mwah.